Hello, first responders. It's Johanna with Holiday Planet with our FAQ on cash and gratuities for our first responder cruise, Oktoberfest. Coming right up here. And let's start out with cash before the cruise. So for most of you, that's going to be in Munich and Amsterdam, and you will be on the euro. So I recommend a nice selection of euros and small bills. There's a few different ways you can get those. One is from your bank before you leave home, but you need to give them a few days to get them for you. Hi, Lisa. And remember to ask for small bills. Otherwise, you're going to get all of your maybe 400 euros that you take out to go on your trip in hundreds. And then you arrive, and the first thing you need to do is tip a driver or something, and you don't have small change. So I recommend requesting that in small bills. So you could either order it from your bank, pull it out in an ATM once you get there, or just swipe your credit card in country. And all three of those have about the same exchange rate. The one thing that you don't want to do is the money change places, either in the cities or at the airport. They add a lot of extra fees. And of course, no traveler's checks. That's not really a thing anymore. Also, anytime you're in destination, if you are signing a credit card receipt or using an ATM and they offer to convert the bill into dollars, don't do it. That's another place that they'll pad with fees. Just sign your bill in euros, and it'll be better for you in terms of that exchange rate. Then once we get on the ship, it's a cashless system on board, and you won't need cash at all. Everything you buy or charge, like gifts in the gift shop or a massage or an extra cocktail after dinner, that will all go on your onboard account. And you can just charge that out to your credit card at the end of the cruise. Or if you prefer to pay cash, you can pay cash at guest services to settle your whole onboard account at the end of the week. They just don't take prepaid charge cards, just so you know. Then getting off the ship will be in Basel, Switzerland. Switzerland is the one country that we're going to that is not on the euro. They're on the Swiss franc. But honestly, for myself, I'm not going to be in Switzerland long enough that I'm going to get any foreign currency in the Swiss francs. I'll probably just use credit card that day while we're there, but you could take out some Swiss francs in advance if you like, or if you're staying longer in Switzerland after the cruise. Then let's talk about the gratuities on board the ship. Most of you have prepaid your gratuities. And when I say most of you, it's everyone except one couple. You probably know who you are, who chose to do their gratuities on board the ship, which is fine. But for everybody else, you have all prepaid. So that's very handy. That covers the whole crew. They split tips evenly between every single crew member on board the ship. It also includes the cruise manager. And on the waterways in their gratuities includes like the drivers and guides on the shore excursions. And they do that in kind of a neat way. They give you tokens that you're able to hand out on the shore excursions to the drivers and the guides so that you don't walk off the bus without handing them anything, which wouldn't seem very classy, right? But because those gratuities are included in your prepaid, you will get tokens to use for those. Then the land portion for everyone who is going down to Lake Como, those gratuities are also prepaid. And interestingly, there was a misunderstanding about those gratuities between me and Alma Waterways, and they have just covered that for our whole group. But they actually send the money to the crew. The crew will always receive the money when we're talking about gratuities with Alma Waterways. So that is very nice. They are a wonderful company and a wonderful partner for us. And I appreciated them making that right. So all of your gratuities on the land portion, including that cruise manager who will stay with us through the cruise and all the way through that Como extension, that's covered as well. If the cruise manager is amazing, over the top, you want to give some extra gratuity, you could. Tommy and I sometimes at the end of the cruise will give our cabin steward another 10 or 20 euros, but none of those extra cash tips are required because you truly have already prepaid, and with Alma, it truly does go to the crew. Okay, well, let's see what else I need to cover here. The Alma Waterways app has some nice features for during the cruise. So if you don't have that downloaded and going already, you might like to get it rolling. They have a fun Track My Cruise feature where you can see live where we are. They have a neat feature for sending postcards home. to your loved ones to let them follow along the cruise with you. And the daily, I don't know if they call it a newsletter, but like the daily schedule events can be in there as well. So in the email that goes out with this video, there is a little information about the app and how to get that rolling if you haven't yet. Let us know what questions you have down in the Facebook comments below. And if you're watching this on YouTube, be sure to subscribe with notifications on so you never miss another cruise update. Thanks so much and stay safe out there, first responders. Bye.